I gotta feel this. Shout out to the mighty LDBC. I am TRILL, Will, LDBC or nothing, and welcome to the first episode of the TRILL from the Ground Up podcast. What's happening, everybody, man? Make sure three things I ask when I go live. Number one, make sure you are subscribed to the channel. Number two, 52. Number two, make sure that you like the video so this video falls into the algorithm so that more eyes that need to see it. Number three, donate to the channel. Today I'm doing something special because somebody very close to me's birthday was yesterday. My brother from another mother, Mr. Shelton, his birthday was yesterday. And I want y'all to do a favor. Do me a solid. Show my brother some love. His Cash App is right here on the screen. So show my brother some love on his old solar return day. So yeah, it's gonna stay up the whole show. Anyways, how y'all feel today, man? How y'all feel? I'm getting stuff cracking and whatnot. You know, but hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Who all we got in the building? Speaking of my brother Shelton in the building. Happy birthday again, bro. His birthday was on Tuesday. Then my brother Kevin in the building. What's up with it, Kev? The Troll Slayer in the building. What's happening with it? Jay Lick in the building. What's good, Brody? Hari in the building. What's up, Brody? Hey, BZ, what's up, bro? Shogun, salute to you. Nina, what's up, Queen? Jane. Good evening. Good evening and good evening. Any old ways. Title of today's show, Lessons Still Not Learned, America Will Not Change. Got a lot of reasons why. Yeah, Diane, you text me. I was at work and I was swamped yesterday. But I'll send you that video. That video is Dixon Whitey. I think I have it on my hold on, let me go to my bookmarks. I'll send it to you right now. Right now. Let me send it to you right now. Right now. Cause let me go here. Let me find that video for Diane real quick. Let me find that video for her. Was it my Instagram or was it my... I got so many videos, dog. I got so many videos. I don't think it was here. I think it was my Instagram, though. No, it wasn't. Here it is. Here it is. Let me go here. Go to Diane's text. Let me text my man real quick. That's the cool thing about phone mirroring, man. I don't have to go to, where you at, Diane? There you go. There you go, Diane. I sent it to you. That's the coolest shit. I swear this is so cool. This is so cool. But anyway, Freedom's March. Bro, you got time? Lamont Griffin, what's up with it? Salute to you, man. For everybody just joining me, yesterday was somebody very, very special to me, my brother, Mr. Shelton's birthday. And I want you guys to show him some love. Because if y'all only realize how valuable this man is, bro. For real. And there ain't too many people I call a friend or a brother that I mean it. And when I tell you I mean it, I mean it. You know what I mean? There ain't too many people in this world that I have the pleasure of calling a friend. That we ain't never really physically set eyes on each other in real life. But this man right here is my brother, my friend. I love that brother, man. That's my dog for real. My dog for real. You know what I mean? So, yeah, show him some love on his birthday, man. Just do me that solid. You feel me? So, do me that solid. Do me that solid. I don't ask for much. But do me that solid. His Cash App is ZBucks, capital Z, EBUCKS. And you will see his name pop up. Ah, dang. Freedom, you just like me. Good God, bro. They're trying to slaughter us at work, bro. Okay. Lessons learned. Lessons still not learned. America will not change. Well, what makes you say that? Because after all of the dust has seemingly settled, and I got to do, you know, an analytical thinker is always constantly thinking. And my mind is always working. And I started thinking. And I came up with an epiphany. And I came up with a question that I want to pose to everybody in my chat. What demographic in America is the most protected class in America? I'm gonna ask y'all one more time. What demographic in America is the most protected class in America? And I guarantee you some of these racists are gonna come in here and say black people, and you will be 100% totally wrong. Piff, what's up, bro? Mark Wunderlich, what's up, man? King Corleone, salute to you, bro. What? And it ain't even white women. It's not white women. Nope. Who is the number one protected class in the United States of America? Tay, how you doing, Queen? What's the number one protected class? Don't worry, I'm gonna go ahead and spoil it for you, and I'm gonna tell you. White men. White men have never had to fight for rights. White men ain't never had to claw to get the right to vote. White men have never, ever been discriminated against in this country, ever in the history of this country. They're the most protected. And you notice, no one really was in an uproar when that young lady, Renee Good, was murdered. It was only after Alex Peretti was murdered by other white fucking cops that everybody started to say, oh, now we need change. We need this. We need that. We need this, that, and the third. We need it. Oh God, we need it. China up, oh, that's when all the smoke came. Then my question went from that to, why isn't everybody else valued the same? Bearded Viking, what's up with it, man? You didn't hear the name in media of Keith Porter, who was murdered while celebrating New Year's Eve with his family. A father of 3 baby girls, beautiful babies. You didn't hear anything about him. You didn't hear anything about the 35 other people who were murdered by ICE. You didn't hear a thing. Not a word, not a peep, not a word. So now we need change in America. Now it's time that now y'all know the government don't care about your color. Now you know that was just a social construct so that they can steal and fleece money off of you using your own inherent bigotries against you. Now you realize that, or have you? Because the ones who are defending the actions of these ICE terrorists are white men primarily. And you know who's right on beside them? The same ones who put Trump in office, white women. So then you have to take a trip down in the time machine and go back in time throughout the inception of the United States of America. And then you look, you'll see a trend. You'll see a trend. Y'all know me, I'm a history teacher. I love history. I love history. I love history. I done fell in love with me and history. We go back like 4 flat tires, man. We go back like 4 flat tires. So I guarantee y'all don't know about this. And what is this, Will, that you're talking about? Opelousas, Louisiana. Now tell me, have y'all, before I start talking about it, tell me, have y'all heard of Opelousas, Louisiana? Have you ever heard of Opelousas, Louisiana? I'll take that as a no. What happened, Will, in Opelousas, Louisiana? I'll tell you. Opelousas, Louisiana, after black people emancipated themselves after the Civil War, created their own town, just like Black Wall Street. Just like Elaine, Arkansas, Wilmington, North Carolina, Greenville, Mississippi, just like all these prosperous black towns. And guess what happened in said black town? There was a guy, white guy, who was a school teacher. Let me find it. Let me find it. Yeah. And this happened during the period of Reconstruction. And you know, when white men don't get their way, and when they don't win, they have to cheat. And then when they can't cheat, they get violent. And when they get violent, they murder everybody. Moms, dads, kids, old people, sick people. It doesn't matter. Does not matter. Does not matter. There was a teacher named Mr. Bentley. Emerson Bentley, who was a white man that was teaching at the Freedmen's School there in Opelousas, Louisiana. They had a black government. The Opelousas was a parish of St. Landry Parish, and it was 14,000 people there. 14,000, majority being emancipated black people. This happened in 1868. There was a group of white supremacists called Knights of the White Camellia, similar to the Ku Klux Klan. Soon after the Civil War's end, a local city ordinance announced no Negro or freeman shall be allowed to come within the limits of the town of Opelousas without special permission from his employer, specifying the object of his visit and the time necessary for the accomplishment of the same. White residents of Opelousas grew increasingly resentful of black voting rights As the 1868 election approached, on September 28, a group of local white men threatened and severely beat the school teacher, Emerson Bentley, a white man who'd written an article that exposed local voter intimidation. Sounds familiar, don't it? Sounds familiar, doesn't it? Sounds very, very familiar, don't it? Nicole, how are you? Sounds familiar, don't it? Sounds very, very eerily familiar. Voter intimidation. Oh, black people, we don't need you voting. Mr. Vino got it. What's up, man? We don't want black people voting. So a white man wrote an article in the newspaper, the local newspaper, because he was not only but a voters' rights advocate, he was also the newspaper's editor. He was a rare white ally of black voters in St. Landry Parish and had been threatened repeatedly before the attack. After hearing about the attack on Mr. Bentley, black men in the community armed themselves for protection, and 27 were soon arrested or killed by white mobs. Over the next 2 weeks, armed white men patrolled Opelousas and surrounding communities, terrorizing and killing black residents indiscriminately. By some estimates, the violence killed at least 30 white people, including some that were targeted by mobs for being sympathetic to black rights. Let me read that again. By some estimates, the violence killed at least 30 white people, including some who were targeted by mobs for being sympathetic to black rights, and left an estimated 200 black people dead. It was more than that. Press accounts of the violence were skewed because white mobs destroyed the printing presses used by progressive publications and killed a white man who worked as an editor for a pro-Reconstruction St. Landry Progress newspaper. White supremacist newspapers dominated post-massacre, reporting and flooded the press with inaccurate tales of a race riot. So they flipped the script. It sounds familiar. I'm reading this for a reason. Weeks after the massacre, no, it will be 8 years before another progressive newspaper was launched in the parish. Weeks after the massacre, a Franklin, Louisiana newspaper vicariously declared the Negroes of St. Landry are, for the first time since the war, polite and well-disposed and work well. Our white people deeply regret the necessity which compelled the citizens of St. Landry to kill and cripple so many Negroes in the late Opelousas riot, but the Negroes for more than a year have laughed at the warnings and advice given to them by the planters and the citizens of the parish. A fight was inevitable. It was the last and only effectual argument that could be used with the Negro. A carpetbag editor and his miserable incendiary sheet caused the riot. The editor escaped, and 100 dead Negroes, perhaps 100 more, wounded and crippled, are the upshot of the business. The brutal attacks in Opelousas terrorized black voters into silence. Former Union General Ulysses S. Grant won the 1868 presidential election without a single vote from St. Landry Parish. Recounting the remarkable case, W.E.B. Du Bois later observed he occurred one of the bloodiest riots on record, in which the Ku Klux Klan killed and wounded over 200 Republicans, hunting and chasing them for 2 days and nights through fields and swamps. Prior to the presidential election of November 1868, half the state was overrun by violence, midnight raids, secret murders, and open riot to keep people in constant terror. Like I said, I wanted to read this massacre in particular, because this happened in 1868. We're now in 2026, and the same shit is happening. Same shit. Same shit. Same thing. Nothing has changed. See, in reading all that, it only gives me clause to say what I said, what I've been saying. I don't hate all white people. I don't think all white people are racist. History even tells you that. Because there were white people being murdered because they were empathetic towards black civil rights. Now, you have Emerson Bentley, you have John Brown, you have numerous other people that you probably never heard about because they want to keep it to make it so that black people in their heads jumble all white people into one demographic and say the stupid, ignorant shit that all white people are racist, when that's not true. It's never been true. Never been true, ever. In the history of this country, that's never been true. But what also has been true at the same time is that a majority of white Americans are comfortable in racism. Akondo, what's up with it, bro? King shit, shut the fuck up, bitch. How about that? Most of these people that y'all see, these fucking maggot retards, these window licking dumbasses, these people, look, MAGA is dumb. They're stupid and evil. That's a bad combination to have. Being fucking dumb and evil. Y'all remember when MAGA was going around telling y'all about how Joe Biden and the Democrats was trying to take your guns away from you? Carpe diem, what's up, Brody? Stop fucking lying. Irish were not considered human till the Civil Rights Act was passed. That's a lie. They lied to the Irish and told them they were white. They came up with a social construct to make them stop working alongside black people. Learn real history. King shit, guess what? Your bitch ass ain't gotta listen to it no more. Cause you know what? You can take your whole ass right on down the street and go listen to these coon ass Sambos shuck and jive for this orange pile of dog shit. How about that one? Take your bitch ass on, clown. Nobody likes you. You still broke. And I still got more money than you. I'm still doing better in life than you are. Whoops. And you still mad because you live in that raggedy ass single wide trailer. You still mad it smells like dog shit in your house. And I got damn near 3,000 square feet in mine. And I can move freely around my house. And I got 2 acres of land with my name on it. What the fuck do you got? You rent from some cokehead that keeps damn raising the rent on your dumb ass when you got holes in your floor. You poor piece of shit. You poor broke piece of shit. You're the nigger that you love to fantasize about. That's what you're really mad about. You mad you're that nigga. You're mad you're that broke, uneducated piece of shit nigger. That's some funny shit. How you project your weakness onto everybody else because you broke and you ain't worth a fuck. Your mama should have swallowed. Be mad at your raggedy ass parents. Oh, you don't know your daddy. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Your daddy was a piece of shit too. That fucking clown should have went fishing. I get it though. I understand why y'all always come in here not wanting to listen to learn. You come in here wanting to pick. I always come in, oh man, it's the war with me, black victim. Why is it that every time that black people call y'all racist? Why is it that every time black people call you racist? Why are you so mad? Why are you madder at being called a racist than actually being a fucking racist? That's always been your catch-22. You get more upset about being called a racist than actually being a fucking racist. How dare you call me a racist, Will? You stupid nigger. See how that fucking sounds? You sound stupid. You're stupid and evil at the same time. But you come from a lineage of evil. Everything about your bloodline is evil. And again, back to what I was saying, America will never change because you got dumbass pieces of shit like this dumb asshole, King Bullshit. You got them. You got them. Shout out to my brother Shelton in that super chat. Stay on their helmets. I'm on the job, bro. They hate black progress. They hate intellectual black people. They hate it. They hate the fact that I'm smarter than them. They hate that I can break down social. I can go in a time machine and compare one period of time to now and tell you ain't a fucking thing changed. They didn't give a fuck. They didn't give a flying fuck when Emmett Till got murdered off a lie for white woman. They didn't give a fuck when George Steiner got electrocuted for a lie. They didn't give a fuck when Sandra Bland got murdered. They didn't give a fuck when Trayvon Martin got stalked and he got harassed, and then he had to defend himself, and then he got murdered for it. They didn't give a fuck when Eric Garner got choked out. They didn't give a fuck when Alton Sterling got shot in the chest 4 times. They didn't give a fuck. They never would, never have, never will give a fuck. They didn't start giving a fuck till ICE shot Alex Pretty. They didn't give a flying fuck, and they still don't. But ICE pulled the mask off of the lie. And they were too racist and stupid to see it. They went right to the old nigga playbook. Oh, we're gonna make up some shit, justify them illegally murdering somebody, and then brand them the bad guy for being murdered. Y'all seen the nigga playbook. Because they've been doing that to niggas for forever in a goddamn day. I just showed you an article in 1868 where they did the exact same thing. They were mad because black people were voting and went and murdered a whole fucking town, murdered them into silence where they didn't even cast a single election. It happened in September. Nobody voted in November. Not one single black person voted in November. Not one. Tell me how this is insane. Tell me how this is insane. Tell me how this is not the repeat of the repeat of the repeat of the repeat. The same way y'all went around praising Martin Luther King and Martin Luther King was saying hate can't drive out hate, only love can do that. Shut your bitch ass up. Y'all killed him too. You hated him too. I keep showing y'all shit you never knew about in the history of this country. Y'all never knew about half this shit. You didn't know about it because they hid it from you. Is it your fault? No, it's not your fault. It's not your fault. It's not your fault. It is not your fault. It is not your fault. It's not your fault. It is not your fault. See, this right here.
Let's be clear about what ICE is. ICE is not an organization that operates under the law. They routinely violate the law and are literally encouraged to do so by Trump and his cabinet. They don't even abide by traffic laws. If you are someone who thinks an immigration enforcement agency should exist, ICE is not that. ICE does not abide by any sense of morals or regard for the people of this country. ICE is staffed by known white supremacists. This is not conjecture. We have names from DHS whistleblowers. ICE is every single day violating people's rights by demanding papers for simply being in the wrong place and the wrong race at the wrong time. They are assaulting people who protest or even just observe them. They are targeting people simply for being in their vicinity. They are detaining people without warrants, which is called kidnapping, and they are straight up murdering people in the streets on video with impunity. ICE is not going after criminals. They are taking people from their schools and from their legal immigration hearings. Here in San Antonio, the San Pedro incident, they detained 140 people at a food truck park and only charged 2 of them with a crime. ICE is the tool that Trump is using to attempt to ethnically cleanse the United States. There is no low that they will not sink to because ICE is a criminal and terrorist organization. During the recess just now, we had a guy in an ICE hat that was literally trying to intimidate people. But who knows if he even was ICE because they apparently don't have to identify themselves like every other organization that calls itself law enforcement. You cannot pretend that we are discussing cooperation with a lawful federal agency. There is no executive order or legislation that could be passed that could compel you to cooperate with Al-Qaeda, and ICE and DHS are not following the law. And in order for you to follow the law, you must take action against them or be complicit in their crimes. They should not get 1 ounce of cooperation. I am extremely proud of the people of this community for standing together against these thugs, but we shouldn't have to. It should not be random people putting themselves in danger to protect their neighbors. It should be all of you. I know that that's a scary idea. I know that's why you're having this session at 1 p.m. on a weekday, because it makes it easier to do nothing if you can suppress turnout and feel like fewer people care about this. But you cannot let fear rule you. Trust me, I know it's terrifying. I'm terrified right now. ICE might be taking down the names of speakers here. But you know who's more scared than any of us are the people who aren't here. There are neighbors who are worried ICE will knock down their door next. That they will be the next ones separated from their families, that their children will be used as bait by ICE agents camped outside their schools, that they or their children will be shipped off to a foreign gulag or even one of our local Texas ICE gulags, like little 5-year-old Liam from Minneapolis, where many people have died in their custody, including Geraldo Lunas Campos, who was strangled to death by ICE. They're building one of those facilities within San Antonio city limits right now, and you could stop that. In spite of the danger and the fear that these people engender, I see folks in this community pushing back, putting themselves in harm's way to protect their community, and they have less power than you. You have an obligation to protect the people of this city, to follow the law and the Constitution. That remains true even when the federal and state government break the law and fail in their duty and turn on the people like they are doing now. So if you don't have the backbone, you shouldn't have taken the job. SAPD should not cooperate with these people. They should put them in handcuffs when they break the law like everyone else. You will never be able to appease them. They will keep coming back for more. They do not honor their deals. They won't simply leave after ripping out the 65% of the city that is Latino and putting them in camps. They have every racial, ethnic, and gender minority, every dissenter, every poor person, every disabled person who can't be exploited for profit in their crosshairs. We won't be spared the worst of it just because this is a red state. Eventually, they will work their way up to you. An ICE agent could shoot you, Mayor Jones, right now, and they would have a segment on Fox News tonight saying that you deserved it because you're gay, like they did to Renee Good.
Y'all listen.
This city can lead and be the first to put cuffs on these terrorists.
Your time, thank you. Your time is up. Thank you.
Set the example.
Thank you.
Okay. That's cute.
You're gonna go when we start revolution. Whose side are you gonna be on? Are you still gonna be on your knees begging for us jobs?
I will, as Mr. Meek said, he wouldn't die standing on his feet rather than die on his knees. I will die standing up for God, regardless of any circumstance.
Okay. Have God ever told you to let this white man rule you like he is?
Well, young man, you first must be born again. God is a
No,
spirit.
I ain't born again. I ain't got to be born again. See, I was born in a new generation. You could your mother could have brainwashed you, but can't nobody brainwash me. I'm ready. It's gonna take young boys like us to win the revolution.
Because this happens to be, coincidentally, the young man in the group that Mr. Meek said you did not speak for. How would you talk to a young boy like that?
Well, I would say I would definitely have to use the Bible, Mr. Duncan.
No, I don't hear that.
Well, this is my own way.
I ain't no Uncle Tom.
Well,
See,
salvation.
you
is
can't
free.
brainwash me.
Jesus said first.
This was in the 50s, I believe, 60s. Same thing they complaining about. Only different pieces. Same thing. Same thing. Same thing. Same thing. Nothing has changed. I don't care how many, and the thing about it is, here's my thing. My thing is this: if white people throughout history can be so mad and so upset with the fact that black people are voting, being progressive, surviving on their own, they can form mobs and destroy whole towns. Why can't you do the same when the same white government is being tyrannical towards you, killing you in the street? Why can't you summon that same energy? Because when Black Lives Matter was out here protesting, all you seen was white people. All lives matter. All lives matter, Will. Blue lives matter, Will. When both of them, John was killed in his apartment. All lives matter. Why can't you ever summon that same vitriol that made y'all march on the Capitol January 6th of 2021 based on a lie that Donald Trump told you? Why can't you then turn around and have that same energy? The same energy. Same energy. Same energy. Why can't you have that same energy? Because I get on to see stuff like this. Where are you, Michelle Obama? Where are you, Kamala Harris? Ilhan Omar? Where are you? Where are the blacks? Why are y'all not protesting? This dirty ass cunt got on the internet and said this stupid ass shit. You know what black people are? Black people, they went to the polls on November 5th, 2024, and they protested. And they voted. 88% of black people voted for Kamala Harris to be the next president of the United States. White people said, fuck that. We're going to take our chances with the criminal. And went in there, after they went and cosplayed at all these rallies, standing beside black people, lying in their face, they took their coward asses into that voting booth and voted for a fucking thug and put his stupid ass in the fucking White House. And now they're acting shocked that this bitch ass nigga is being a criminal. Now it's a surprise. Oh, he's doing criminal shit. He's not listening to judges. No shit. No shit. You think? You think? He's stealing from everybody. Oh, you think? He's isolating us from all of our allies. Nobody trusts us in the world. Nobody. The dollar is hanging on by a thread. Our economy is so volatile, the slightest movement can cause a whole fracture and collapse. Because y'all wanted that fucking racist piece of shit in the White House. Y'all wanted to vote for the white man because you felt safe in your whiteness. Until they showed you your whiteness didn't mean shit. He showed you that. They showed you that. They showed you your whiteness wasn't shit. They showed you. They showed you. Now Trump out here, y'all, everything he told y'all was a fucking lie. First, he was an anti-war president. Now he done bombed 8 nations since he's been in office. Oh, he's so good on the economy. Tariff the shit out of all of our allies. And now we're over here paying shit. We're over here having to sell ass in order to buy groceries. Oh, Donald Trump is so good on foreign policy. He's Russia's bitch. Donald Trump is Russia's bitch. Always have been, always will be. He's been a bitch. Free my grandma. What's up with it, man? Shout out to Mahari in the super chat with that 2-piece. He said, once the dollar drops for the final time, game over. Facts. They wanted their access to whiteness. They wanted it. They thirsted for it. So what did they do? They went and smiled in black people's face smiling in your face. Oh, we're right beside you. We're not going back, black people. We're not going back. Whilst they ass is smooth up in that voter's booth and said, fuck that, I'm staying with white. And now look what we got. Now look what we have. Now look where the country is. They're gonna keep blaming Biden till they beat that dead horse till it can't move no more, and it ain't moving any fucking way. It's gonna be nothing but pace by the time they're done beating that dead ass horse. So y'all gonna just keep letting them lie to y'all in y'all face and blaming Biden for their fuck ups, right? Oh, it's Joe Biden and Barack Obama's fault. It's Joe Biden and Barack Obama. It's the Dems. It's the Libs. It's the Somalians. It's them. No, it's not. It's you. It's you. Luther, what's up with it, family? It's you. It's always have been you. Go throughout history. I don't care what chapter in history you go to. Every place in history, you are the problem, white people. White men in particular. Again, I ask y'all, who is the most protected demographic in America? And it's the white man. They never had to fight for no rights here. They had the advantage on everything. Everything. Wealth, power, all that. Black people was the cog in the machine that stopped everything to a halt because black people voted as a conglomerate. We voted as a unit. Voted as a unit. And it scared the shit out of racists. It scared them. Terrified them. It terrified the shit out of them. Because they thought black people were stupid. You're low IQ. Hey, blacks, you're low IQ blacks. Shout out to Free My Grandma in the super chat. Peace and blessings, everybody. Peace and blessings to you, King. And for those who wondering why this Cash App is up, Shelton's birthday was yesterday. Y'all show him some love. Show him some love. Yeah. So as I sat here, and I went through it because see the thing is, two things can be true at the same time. Is the murder of Alex Purdy bad? Yes. Is the murder of Renee Good, is it bad? Yes. Nobody's even contesting that shit. That's not even my fucking argument. Is it horrible? Is that terrible? No. Let's get to the real problem. The real problem is there's a majority of white America who's comfortable in whiteness, even though whiteness is nothing but a mirage, just a fallacy. It's nothing real about it. You get nothing tangible. It's just a feeling. You got a whole bunch. You got a sloth of white men, especially now in this podcast era, it's running around and whining and bitching and complaining. Oh, the blacks, they get all everything. Then all you have to do is turn that shit off and go research what they said. Go see if it's true. Go see if black people get the most in food stamps. You'll find out that's a lie. Find out how much rich people get in welfare subsidies. Elon Musk getting $8 million a day, but you ain't mad about that. You're worried about what little Susie over there, what little Susie is putting in her shopping cart for her kids because her babies want those dino nuggets. And they want those Go-Gurts because they're so good. You worried about that. You ain't worrying about the system around you that is keeping you poor every chance it gets. You don't even care that system is keeping you poor. And I'm talking to white America. You don't even give a fuck that you poor. Now, they gave you a reason to blame everybody under the sun for your brokenness, but the system that's keeping you fucking broke. So y'all get all mad, get your little guns out and cosplay as fucking patriots and shit. Run your ass over here, go and terrorize this person here because they look different from you. Run over there, and then after you done killed and eliminated that person, you go right back to being broke again. Everybody who committed that murder in Opelousas, Louisiana, went right back to being broke again. Their economic status didn't change. See, you're stupid. You're stupid. You're stupid. Trump cut tax on tips, overtime, welfare, and old people's money. Democrats voted against. You're stupid. You left out the part that it gave billionaires 4.5 trillion fucking dollars, though. You left that part out. You fucking retard. Go lick boots somewhere else, retard. I don't talk to fucking dumb people. Lyndon B. Johnson told y'all a long time in the 60s, he told you, if you can convince the poorest white man that he is better than the best black man, he won't even notice you're picking his pockets. Hell, give him somebody to look down on and he'll empty his pockets for you. And y'all did just that. All they had to do is romanticize your bigotry and off you go. There's all your money gone. Now white America is broke. Y'all got nothing of value to offer these people. That's the reason why Alex is dead. That's the reason why Renee is dead. You have nothing of value anymore. You don't know what the fuck you're talking about because you're stupid. 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 You're just dumb. Yeah, and y'all are arrogantly dumb. That's the worst kind of stupid to be. You're arrogant and fucking stupid. Arrogant, stupid, and evil. That is the trademark of being a Trump-tard. Arrogant, dumb, and stupid. Because y'all don't know what the fuck you're talking about. You don't. Y'all don't even go and research shit. All y'all do is listen to other dumbasses on the internet repeat some shit, and you go to somebody who knows what the fuck they're talking about. You go sit in their chat and type a bunch of stupid shit where you don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Trump has done nothing for the American people at all but terrorize the shit out of them. Now you ain't got Second Amendment rights because of Trump. Now you don't have First Amendment rights because of Trump. Yeah. Oh, he can't carry a gun to a protest. Well, Well, how do you explain Kyle Rittenhouse then? Didn't y'all have him on podcasts? Didn't y'all have him with the RNC? Didn't y'all hail this piece of shit as a hero? Oh, now. Listen up, liberal. Hey, listen up, bitch. Shut your dick-eating ass up and take your goofy ass over there and suck the shit out of Trump's ass. I'm pretty sure he's shitting right now. He's got a warm one for you. I've never been shot by ICE. You've never been smart either. You've never been smart because you fucking retarded. You stupid bastards can't even read past the 4th grade level. You failed civics, obviously. Because you don't give a fuck about facts. You don't care about reality either. You care about being on some winning team that doesn't exist. Meanwhile, the whole world is moving all the way past America. Everybody else is keeping it moving. America ain't shit. And fuck them bitch ass niggas. On to the next one. Now they're on their own little jump. Now it's gonna take somebody with some mystical diplomatic fucking abilities to go and repatch all this shit, bro. Really? Oh, okay. My bad, dog. My bad. Cause you about to get this work, but I ain't gonna do it. The whole world is moving past America. Trump ripped the mask off of what America really is. And have y'all ain't came up to the conclusion yet that America is nothing but a shithole third world country? You are in a shithole third world dictatorship. The same thing America claimed we weren't. The same thing that millions of people went to war for and fought and died and were fucking wounded for. It's a fucking joke that you got a 5-time draft dodger who erased all of that in less than a year. So why in the fuck are y'all celebrating July 4th? Why y'all celebrating Memorial Day? Why are you celebrating Veterans Day? What the fuck are you celebrating it for? Y'all spit in their face every day. Every time you put that stupid ass MAGA hat on, that retard cap, you spit in the face of every veteran who ever sacrificed for this country for a fucking draft dodging, Russian fucking dick sucking goofball failure. That's who y'all are. So America will not ever learn until white people get that same vim and vigor that you have for black people only seeking to have equal voting rights. If you get that same anger, that you get that same energy that you have when your favorite team wins the Super Bowl or the World Series or the NBA championship, where y'all go out, flip cars over and hang off fucking stop signs and shit. Y'all get that same. Y'all can find the energy to go and raid the Capitol when a white man come up and tell you a lie about it, and he sat there and comfortably lie in your face, and y'all bought it. Hook, line, and sinker. You rolled your goofy asses up to Washington, D.C. Ashley Babbitt rode her stinking ass up there and got shot for being a terrorist. Now they trying to make this woman sound like, oh man, she was a hero. She was a hero. Oh, don't believe me. I'll show you. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. Now listen to this. Check it out. I'm telling y'all, it's y'all. Y'all been the problem. It's you.
We're seeing massive outrage from mainstream media and the left, but I'm just wondering, where was that outrage when Ashley Babbitt, an Air Force veteran, was executed by Capitol Police Officer Michael Byrd, who she posed no threat to in the U.S. Capitol?
Well, you raised a very important point, which I also believe that I just raised as well in those opening remarks, in that there has no doubt been selective outrage by the liberal biased media.
You hear how these stupid motherfuckers talk? You hear this lying ass fucking bitch right here with all those lip fillers in her mouth? You hear how they fucking lie? You hear how they lie? Ashley Babbitt posed no threat. She's a fucking terrorist. She was trying to break into the Senate chamber. She was a fucking terrorist. She was no fucking hero. She wasn't protecting nobody. She was there because of a fucking lie. And that dirty bitch got killed because she was a goddamn terrorist. And good, may she rest in shit. May she relive getting shot in the fucking face again, over and over and over again, because her dirty ass life wasn't mattering. It didn't matter then, it don't matter now. And the reason is because she threw it away because of a lie. It threw it away because of a lie. Ashley Babbitt was a terrorist. She was at that Capitol only to cause harm to those people voting to certify a fucking rightful election. Because Trump lied. Lied.
And picking and choosing victims and highlighting their stories. And as I've said,
choosing victims? You motherfuckers poured out Laken Riley's story because an immigrant killed her. But you ain't not once listed one fucking name of a white woman that was killed by a white man, when white men kill white women at a higher rate than any other demographic in this fucking country. You ain't talked about none of that though. But her little white ass is up there lying. Look, the whitewashing. Can y'all see the irony? The irony. You see how irony plays out. The whitewashing. I paused that right there just so y'all can get all that work right there. The whitewashing. That is her. She lies all the time. She's a lying whore. She's a whore for Trump. All they do is lie. There's nobody in this administration that tells the truth. None of them. There's none of them that tell the truth. There's none of them that live in reality. They live in Trump world, where everything's a fucking lie. Everything's a lie. They got Ashley Babbitt killed. She was unjustly shot. No, she wasn't. She was warned several times before she tried to break through that window and got a cap in her ass for that trouble. She went looking for it. Why do you think that police officer was never charged? Why do you think he was never charged? Because she was acting as a terrorist. She was committing a felony. She was interfering in fucking government duties. I'm telling y'all how y'all gonna fix this. Black people will never be able to fix this, nor will we ever choose to anyway. It's not our problem to fix. It's yours. White America, I gotta give y'all the game, homie. I love y'all. I do. But I gotta tell you the truth. The only way this shit gonna get fixed is you're gonna have to fix it. We can't. And we won't. Don't count on us coming out here. We ain't. If they treating y'all like this, how y'all think they're gonna treat us? How do y'all think they gonna treat us? How do y'all think? Shout out to Nada8697 in the super chat. It says, salute TRILL, Will, and the mighty LDBC. Salute to you, family. To say that the U.S. is turning into Nazi Germany is to ignore that the Nazis learned a lot from U.S. slavery and Jim Crow. Yep, that's the reason why we stand our black ass at home, Callie. Salute to you, bro. That's the reason why we stand our black asses at the house. Yep, Trump did that. He's done nothing positive. They can't name one positive thing Donald Trump has done for the American people. What positive thing has he done for America that didn't benefit the rich people? My brother, the general in the building. What's up with it, Brody? Name one thing. One thing. I want one thing that Trump has done that made life better for everybody. Of course, y'all gonna see all the self-hating Negroes come out here and lie. Oh, Trump's done so much. He's done a lot. He ain't done shit. Now they're infiltrating social media. They done went and fucked up TikTok. TikTok is dead now. They done fucked up the algorithm, all that. Fucked it all the way up. They don't care. These people don't care about your fucking rights. And y'all are over here all scared. The Democrats trying to take your Second Amendment rights. Had the NRA, everybody. Where the NRA at now? Where all these don't tread on me Second Amendment fucking idiots at? Where they at? Don't see none of them, do you? Of course you don't. Because they're a bunch of bitches. When it counts, you're fucking cowards. TikTok's algorithm is fucked. There are content creators that got millions of subscribers. Yep. Hey, General, that's what I've been saying. The best thing that ever come out of this fucking administration is Trump exposed every last one of these racist bastards, these dirty ass dirt balls, these recessive chromosomes, these mutants that come out of the woodwork talking about low IQ this. low IQ that. But you want to know the funny part about that? He also showed them that white skin didn't mean shit either. Because he pulled out the nigga playbook on their asses real quick, didn't he? Oh, we're going to lie about what happened. Oh, he was a terrorist. He was a threat. I feared for my life. Didn't they say the same thing about Philando Castile? Trayvon Martin, Tamir Rice, Ahmaud Arbery? Didn't they say the same thing when they killed those people? All y'all got to do is go look at real black history. Go look at real history. Look at it. Look at it. Go take a look at it. Take a gander at it. Once you go take a gander at it, you'll see there ain't nothing new under the sun right now. Everything that's happening to everybody else, they already tried that shit on us. So all these damn content creators coming out, hey, black people, I don't know why y'all just not doing nothing, but they're coming after y'all. Next, when the fuck did we stop being first? I missed that part. When did we stop being first? We're the prototype. They was beating and killing our ass on camera for years. They had whole fucking postcards. They had postcards that they were sending to people. They had postcards. Postcards. That they sent of black people hanging from trees. What my brother calling me for? Hold on, I'm trying to find this video. Let me find this. I know I sent it to my wife somewhere. Oh, I know where it was, Facebook. I find so much. Let me find it. Let me find it. Let me find it. That ain't it. Where is it? Hold on, let me find it. I gotta find it. I gotta find it. I know I sent it. Where is it? I know I sent it. Oh yeah, I gotta send this for Gary Chambers. I love his videos, man. Man, Gary Chambers is that guy. Yeah, that's what they said, huh? All you gotta do is comply. Yep. That's what they say. Hey, you want to know something? Free my grandma. You remember that scripture that says the first shall be last and the last shall be first and the meek shall inherit the earth? Wild, ain't it? Wild times. The last is becoming first. And the first is trying to fight not to go last. Why do you think their birth rates are declining the way they are? It ain't just by coincidence. I don't believe in coincidences. I believe in fate. I believe everything happens because it's designed to happen. And you watch. Their fear is that we're going to do to them what they done to us. So that would signify that they've been treating us terribly for generations, don't it? Everything they done lied about has been just that, a lie. They've killed, murdered, maimed, hung, everything under the sun where they thought they can murder Black people. We don't have health care now. We don't have adequate health care because of racism. We don't have adequate wages because of racism. We don't have adequate housing because of racism and ignorance. We don't have nothing. America doesn't have anything good. We're the richest country in the world, but we got the poorest mindset. It's because everybody on the bottom seemingly is wanting to give their money to people who are already rich and don't give a fuck about them in the first place. We worship America. When I say we, I mean America. 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 Yeah, Gary Chambers been putting motherfuckers in their place for as long as I done followed him. I love Gary Chambers. Gary Chambers is that guy, man. He is that guy. But check this out. Check this out. I think Jasmine Crockett could win Texas. She just got to go out there and she's got to partition the fucking Black community out there. Fuck trying to chase these fucking moderate white people. Stop. Stop chasing moderate white people. Leave them the fuck where they at. Fuck them. Go chase your people. Watch. He gonna show you. He's a numbers guy. Now check this out. Check these out.
So I made a post and I was talking about the demand that's been placed on Black people, and it's creating a lot of frenzy. So I want to show some numbers because I'm a data man, all right? In God we trust, everybody else bring data. By race, okay? Latino men, 54% voted for Donald Trump in this exit poll. Latino women, 39% voted for Donald Trump in this exit poll, all right? By race, okay? By age and race, Latinos 18 to 29, 45% voted for Donald Trump. Latinos 30 to 44, 45% voted for Donald Trump. Latinos 45 to 64, 51% voted for Donald Trump. Latinos 65 plus, 41% voted for Donald Trump. Let's talk about why that matters. Privilege always expects more than it gives, okay? Privilege always expects more than it gives. I am saying in these statements about my Hispanic brothers and sisters, my Asian brothers and sisters, that to demand that Black people be in the streets when the majority of us,
They hate us.
by race, 18 to 29.
Hold on. Let me go back to what that post said. It says, privilege always expects more than it gives. Asian Americans killed affirmative action. Brown folks have played the role of the oppressor before because they thought they were exempt, thought it wouldn't come for them. Meanwhile, Hispanic Americans are out here on camera every day saying the N-word and discriminating against Black people in California and in Texas. Then expect those same people to march and die beside them. See?
It expects more than it gives, okay? Privilege always expects more than it gives. I am saying in these statements about my Hispanic brothers and sisters, my Asian brothers and sisters, that to demand that Black people be in the streets when the majority of us, by race, 18 to 29, Black people, 83%, 30 to 44, 83%, 45 to 64, 84%, 65 plus, 93% is the way that Black people voted, okay? So when we're talking about why black people are not putting their bodies on the line, not whether or not we oppose Trump. It is clear by the numbers that black people in America overwhelmingly, I don't care what the 20% or the folks that they have as talking heads that they promote over the majority of black men in America, the majority of black people have shown repeatedly that we oppose Donald Trump and his plans before the election and everything he is doing since the election. Black people oppose.
Yep.
But when we talk about videos of Hispanic people using the N-word, I'm gonna drop one in.
You go to cover, nigga. I'm fake, nigga. I know you do, dog. I'll spit on your plate. I'll put my dick on your plate, nigga. Fuck your family. Fuck your kids, nigga. That's how it is. I can't sleep comfortably because of you.
He be fucking getting the whole fucking plate. He be fucking expecting us to give us the whole fucking shit. That nigga right there.
Do you go to cover?
Yeah, you do, nigga. Stop playing. Yeah, you do. Nigga, act like I don't know your fucking face. Stop fucking playing. Fucking talking about, can I get a fucking discount? Can I get a fucking this? Can I get a fucking that? That nigga right there. Point that shit out.
When we talk about Asian Americans helping lead the charge against affirmative action,
because race doesn't affect everybody the same way. And to just have a blanket policy where everybody's race is considered no matter what, I don't think that's appropriate because it impacts different people in different ways. I find that a lot of these arguments oftentimes in favor of affirmative action are somewhat incongruous.
And this is us trying to say to you that there's about 40% of the people within your own community you should have a conversation with before you are making a demand of black people to be in the streets. I am not saying that we are in support of what is happening to the migrant community or that we are in support of Donald Trump in any way. I am saying that some of this stuff right here prevents some black people from being able to hear you when the numbers dictate that 40% of the people within your own community are betraying you while you're putting a demand on us. There's some conversations that need to happen within the Hispanic community with other Hispanic people before putting a demand on black people.
Let me just say this. Hispanic people, no, you can't say the N-word. It's disrespectful as fuck. Shut your bitch ass up, Jose. You can't say the N-word. We don't think it's cool. We don't think it's fly. Y'all over here trying to steal AAVE from black folks, trying to cosplay as black folks while disrespecting them at the same time. No, you ain't one of them. You thought you had access to whiteness. You thought you did. You thought you had access to whiteness. You thought, if I vote for this white man, he gonna protect me. No, the fuck he ain't. What happened after these people of color that they love to paint them as? These people of color, what happened after they voted against themselves? That machine they voted for came right back after them like a boomerang, right down their throats. And now they're turning around looking at black folks like, hey, cuz, hey, my nigga, hey, bro, y'all need to stand out here with us, man. Y'all need to come stand beside us. Y'all, where y'all at, man? They out here doing, we can't sleep. That's your fault. That's a you problem. Black people told y'all that y'all ain't nothing but niggas with an accent. That is all y'all are. You a nigga with an accent. You are disposable, sir, ma'am. See, what I like about Gary Chambers, he provides context and receipts. Shout out to my brother Callie in the super chat with that 5-piece. He said, I got another live stream about non-black people using black culture, the N-word, discarding their culture to be us. Factuals. They do it. They do it in white culture and every other culture. They cosplay us. And it's only a subsection of black people who trying to cosplay to be anybody else. Those are the Sambos, the tap dancers, the shuckers and jivers, the coons, the ones we don't fuck with. The ones that nobody fucks with. Yeah. Yeah, that way. Go ahead, continue cooking, sir.
I said this and most people seem to miss this. We oppose white supremacy, and that is the enemy. Don't confuse our internal focus with agreement. Focus on the real enemy, not black people. Your proximity to whiteness has many of you confused about who the real enemy is. And for people who are upset with me about addressing this, these are conversations that are happening. I'm not going to ignore them like the average person who discusses politics. And I am black before I'm anything else. Because this country shows me that it will do everything it can to abridge my rights as a black person.
Facts.
Everything it can. And so it is not out of a lack of love for my brown brothers and sisters that I am focused on doing what is necessary for black people. I've even heard people say Dr. King's quote, injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere. That is absolutely true. Dr. King advocated for the Deep South. Atlanta is still today one of the most gentrified cities in America and has one of the largest wealth gaps in America. While we as black people were helping everybody else, we have not yet accomplished the things that we need for ourselves. And I understand that fighting for liberation of all people is a mission that we must stand on. But all people must fight for liberation.
Facts.
All people must share that same disposition. And if I am willing to challenge the 20% of black men in our community who stepped against what is in the best interest of black people, there are some Hispanic people, some Asian people that need to have some conversations within your community. And telling us that now is not the time to have that conversation is a disingenuous ask. Because to ask us to ignore the things that people are doing against us while demanding that we support you, that is a level of hypocrisy that many of us will not tolerate or go along with. To say that black people who overwhelmingly oppose this administration are in any way supportive of this is being disingenuous and being a liar. To take my words by saying that black people focusing on building our businesses, building our companies, building sustainability in our communities, the stronger the black community is, the stronger America is.
Facts.
The stronger America is, because let's be clear, the majority of the rights that have helped migrants or immigrant communities were built on the backs of black people.
Facts.
There would be no 14th Amendment, which gives the ability for birthright citizenships without black people.
Factuals.
So even today, and I am not diminishing those that do support our efforts. I am not diminishing that. But to ask us to ignore that 40%, we're not talking about 10, 15, 20%. We're talking about 40% of your community voted for this to happen. And so before you have a demand on black people, which there is always a demand on black people, put the demand on white people, Hispanic people, and everybody who put us in this situation, while black people figure.
Let me pause that right there. Let me pause that right there, my boy. Let me pause that right there. Because this conversation needs to be had. It really does. It needs to be had. It's important we have this conversation. Because too many times people confuse, oh, black people just worried about themselves. You damn right we are. We need to be. We need to be worried about ourselves, because our rights right now are simultaneously being removed just the same time y'all being oppressed. The same thing. Same thing, dog. Same thing. Same common enemy. We got our own fights to worry about. But y'all need to focus on this doggone 45%, 45%, 51%, 41%. Yeah, you need to focus on that. Focus on that. We're dealing with the Somalians and the Haitians, the ones that self-hating, the ones who don't want to claim that they're black because they don't. The Somalians voted overwhelmingly for Trump. They were out here pontificating and advertising for Donald Trump, and now look what it got them. That's why we ain't fucking with them niggas. Let them motherfuckers learn. That's why we're setting our asses over here minding our black ass business. That's the reason why during the Great Depression, black people were in the Renaissance. We was in the Harlem Renaissance during the fucking Great Depression. We was out here minding our black ass business. This is what we going back to. We're going back to our ancestors. That's what we're doing. Our ancestors stayed sane because of the fact that we focused on us. Because every time we put our necks on the line, and what should more show you more than anything else is look at black people 65 years and older. Look at that. The biggest demographic amongst black people that voted against Donald Trump was 65 years and older. Those people have been here. Those people lived through the Civil Rights Act. They lived through the passage of the Voters' Rights Act. They lived through all of that. They seen all of it. They lived through segregation. So they know exactly why they wouldn't vote for this motherfucker. You see that? That's wisdom right there. I'm taking tutelage after those people right there. Those are the ones I'm taking tutelage after because they're wise. That's wisdom right there. Wisdom says 93% of us don't agree with these motherfucking bootlicking goofballs. And they did just what they did what they needed to fucking do. Right there. That's who I'm taking tutelage after. Do I also acknowledge the plight within the Latino community? Yes, but is it also self-inflicted? Yes, the fuck it is. Because don't think I forgot about I will vote for Donald Trump. Yeah, don't think we forgot about that. Hey, Mr. Trump, we vote for you. Yeah, you voted for him. Now you go clean it up. We ain't fixing it for you. Yeah, those Somalians are self-hating ass niggas. Let these motherfuckers figure it out. That's why the fuck y'all ain't seen me up here. Oh man, it's bad what the Somalians going through. It's terrible. I ain't saying shit. Let these motherfuckers learn on their goddamn own. You ain't one of them. You ain't got no magic ticket because you're a Somalian to go inside the club. Your bitch ass sitting out here with the rest of us niggas. Every single one of you. You gotta have those same the energy y'all trying to put towards black people fixing everything. Y'all need to have within your own conversations. Y'all need to have them in your own communities. Y'all need to talk amongst yourselves. Get y'all shit together first before you come over here fucking with us, telling us what we need to be doing. We ain't doing shit. We worrying about us. As we should. We should be worried about us. Yep, I got that too. See, because every time you look up, it's always some white guy doing some evil shit. It's always some white guy doing some evil shit. Y'all were the ones out here killing black towns, burying them under the water. You was the one lynching people, standing around watching bodies swing from bridges and trees. Y'all was out here doing it. You was out here doing it. The ones out here bootlicking for Donald Trump. The ones out here bootlicking for these goofball billionaires to get more of our tax dollars while Donald Trump spreads all this lies and bullshit all over this country. The ones out here doing it are primarily white people and self-hating everybody else of any other demographic. It's the same thing. So let me find the video. Ilhan Omar was at a town hall minding her Somalian ass business when the white ignorance being white ignorance. And now you got goofballs on the internet, which is wild to me. You got goofballs on the internet. On the internet. Right now. Right now.
Abolishment of the agency. ICE cannot be reformed. It cannot be rehabilitated. We must abolish ICE for good. And DHS Secretary Kristi Noem must resign or face impeachment.
Look at him.
I don't know.
Listen to what she says.
I need a napkin to know nothing. No, we will continue. These fucking assholes are not gonna get away with it.
That's whatever it is smells.
Don't worry. I got the piece of shit right here.
Minneapolis police say they booked the man for the man was escorted out. He was heard saying, quote, "She's pinning us against each other."
Ooh, make a hole. Pinning us against each other. Make a hole. Make a hole. Ooh.
Minneapolis police say they booked the man for a third-degree assault, but he has not officially been charged. MPD's forensic unit is working to process the scene. Representative Omar's press team said in a statement, Omar continued because, quote, "She doesn't let bullies win." As the man was escorted out, he was heard.
You want to know the wild part about that? Is racist ass fucking MAGA troglodytes are all saying that this was fake. It was staged. When Donald Trump and this raggedy racist ass administration have been literally lying on this woman for as long as I can remember. And y'all know when Donald Trump opens that fucking asshole in the middle of his face, y'all know what happens every time he opens that asshole. Somebody gets hurt. Every time. Every fucking time. It never fails. It never fails. Every single time Trump opens that asshole in the middle of his face, something happens. Every time. Every time. Every time. Again. Oh yeah, happy birthday to my brother Platboy Plays too, man. Yeah, go ahead and wish my brother on happy birthday, my boy. My bad. Yeah, man. RB, I'm for solidarity amongst everybody, but I'm saying there's got to be accountability across the whole board, bro. It's got to be accountability. It's got to be accountability. It's got to be. It ain't gonna work no other way. It's not gonna work no other way. They did have the premiere of what was it? What was the name of that fucking slut, Melania, her movie. Just so y'all know. Just so y'all know. And again, please stop saying that this isn't America. Nothing happened after kindergartners were murdered at Sandy Hook. Nothing happened when teenagers were murdered at Uvalde High School. Nothing happened after over 60 people were killed at a concert in Las Vegas. Nothing happened when the thousands of videos of black people being murdered in the street by police officers and they lied on camera about what really happened. Y'all seen Sonia Massey get her face blown off because she said she rebuked you in the name of Jesus. America exists because white people murdered indigenous people and stole their land. And also stole, enslaved, and raped, tortured, and murdered Africans for their own benefit through chattel slavery. This is America. The government never gave a fuck about its people. Never gave a fuck about them. For real. That's the wild part. And that's the part that everybody needs to take a grasp of. I won't rest until I see that fucking walking dildo, Stephen Miller, that plastic-faced dumb bitch who kills dogs, Christy Nome, and that old lying plastic-faced bitch, Pam Bundy, in handcuffs going to prison. I won't rest. You can't tell me, as a candidate, oh, we're just gonna see, let the law do it. If you say that shit, you're gone. You're gone. You are gone. You're gone. So, hey, I don't understand. There's all kind of shit there's all kind of stuff that's going in the news as far as Trump fucking up NATO. Fucking up the economy. So, y'all know how I keep saying, I'm going to say it one more time. ICE is modern day slave catchers of the 19th century. They are that. The Fugitive Slave Act of 1850 created America's first federal police presence in local communities. ICE is his bastard ass child. Just so y'all know. Over the last few weeks, as agents from U.S. Immigration, Customs and Enforcement and Border Patrol have flooded the streets of Minneapolis, snatching away residents and sending them away to faraway detention camps and even killing citizens. Commentators have looked to history for comparisons. They often reach for World War II analogies that liken ICE to the secret police of Nazi Germany, aka Gestapo. But we needn't look outside of the US for the clearest parallel. ICE isn't the Gestapo. ICE is the slave catcher. And the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850 tells us everything we need to know about where this is heading. Before the 14th Amendment was ratified in 1868, Black people in the United States were not considered citizens. As a Black person, if you were enslaved and left the domain of your enslaver, you were breaking the law. Unless you carried freedom papers declaring your freedom or authorization for travel, you were effectively undocumented, and any undocumented Black person was subject to arrest and punishment. The Fugitive Slave Act created one of the most aggressive federal enforcement regimes in American history. It was the first time that the national government established a local law enforcement presence. The law also required state and local officials to actively cooperate with capturing fugitives, regardless of whether their states allowed slavery. Beyond that, it deputized ordinary citizens to participate in the hunting by granting marshals the authority to constrict passers-by. So basically, they can deputize anybody. Those who interfered with capture risk half a year in prison. Soon after the law was passed, Frederick Douglass electrified a crowd when he took to the stage at Faneuil Hall. By the meeting's end, the Boston Vigilance Committee had been born. The committee pledged to protect Black residents by any means necessary. They would provide shelter, legal aid, and passage to Canada. They alerted Black neighbors when bounty hunters were spotted in the area. Sounds familiar, don't it? When slave catchers did manage to apprehend people, committee members mounted bold efforts to free the captives. One member's resolution captured the spirit: constitution or no constitution, law or no law. We will not allow a fugitive slave to be taken from Massachusetts. Then, as now, one faction of the country enlisted federal power to enforce a legal regime in such a manner that other jurisdictions found morally repulsive. Then, as now, those defending enforcement claimed their targets posed a threat to public safety despite evidence of the contrary. Basically, they didn't have any fucking evidence. So y'all keep listening. Keep listening. Then, as now, the only crime most people had committed was not having the correct legal status and documents. And just as watching people get dragged back to slavery turned Boston against the Fugitive Slave Act, watching ICE tear families apart, detain children, tear gas, and kill people has turned public opinion against the agency. The Fugitive Slave Act was not defeated by compliance. It was defeated by people who decided that unjust laws and the overly aggressive, constitutionally dubious enforcement of those laws deserve resistance. The abolitionists who turned Boston into a no-go zone for slave catchers were not acting within the bounds of the law. They were acting within the bounds of conscience. So again, matter of fact, let me go ahead and tag Buddy. See, I was having a debate with one of my brothers on Facebook, my brother Art Man, and I had made a post that said that ICE was American slave catchers. He was like, no, it's not that. This definitively proves it. ICE is nothing more but the fugitive slavers from yesteryear. Same thing. Same thing. Same thing. No different. My brother Callie said, "Damn, Will, you put me in the angry mindset again, because out here Mexicans try to tell black people about our culture while saying the N-word and shut your bitch ass up." Facts. Facts. See, I like using historical context before I open my mouth to say anything. Snoopy, what's up with it, big dog? See, I'm telling y'all, nothing in this country has changed. Nothing. There's nothing new under the sun. Just so y'all know. Breonna Taylor was an ER tech. Philando Castile was a school nutritionist. Sandra Bland was a counselor and a senior advocate, and on her way to working for the FDA. Elijah McClain was autistic and was a massage therapist who played violin for sheltered animals. Iona Jones, who was killed in her sleep by police when they busted into her house, was just 7 years old. None of this shit should surprise you. But what's surprising to me is you motherfuckers aren't angrier about that. And another thing that should stick as irony to y'all is that the Trump Republicans gave up on the Second Amendment faster than Amerikkka Kirk grieved Charlie Kirk's death, ain't it? Ain't that a bitch? Yep, we ain't protesting shit. We worrying about us. The same thing that kept us safe. What's up with my brother Avery Black in the building? What's up, Brody? The one thing that kept us in place during the Great Depression was Black unity and focusing on us. Y'all check this out. White people who reflexively argue whenever white supremacy is mentioned because they fear being personally implicated by their whiteness often end up reinforcing the very systems they claim to oppose, and thus are the biggest enablers of white supremacist traditions. This is how white guilt becomes white guilty. Purple Groovy, what's up with it? They're not angry enough. They were more angrier that black people were voting. They were more angry at black people voting than they are that a white man was murdered on camera in broad daylight protecting a white woman. Meanwhile, the federal agents who killed that man, they're on leave. You don't even know their identities. Mm-hmm. No, they gave that shit up fast as I'm telling you, they gave that shit up faster than Amerikkka Kirk did after Charlie Kirk got murdered by a white man. Crazy, ain't it? Crazy, ain't it? I thought this was funny here. Hold on. I thought this was funny here. Hold on. I thought this was really funny. So, of course, I got to share this. I got to share this. This is funny.
All right, look, I'm not sure why you're all overcomplicating it. It's really quite simple. You can come to a protest, but not if you're bringing a gun, unless it's for protection, but not protection from people with guns. You can attack people holding skateboards for reacting to you holding a gun, but not the people holding guns reacting to you holding your phone. Because being underage shooting a gun you didn't legally purchase equals concerned citizen. But being an adult with a permit for a gun you've responsibly concealed equals domestic terrorist. Even if we only see it after we've already shoved you to the ground, which retroactively changes the reason we shoved you to the ground. Clearly, the teenager who shot people deserves a podcast, and the ICU nurse trying to help people avoid pepper spray is an agitator, because we have a zero tolerance policy for disobeying uniformed officers that goes all the way back to January 7th, 2021. And remember, they're only in Minneapolis to secure the border because of Somalia. Glad we cleared that up, because so many of you in the media have been focused on the wrong things. Now, I am happy to take any questions you have about the president's ballroom. All right, look, I'm not sure why you're all overcomplicating it. It's really quite simple. You can come to a protest, but not if you're bringing a gun, unless it's for protection, but not protection from people with guns. You can attack people holding skateboards for reacting to you holding a gun, but not the people holding guns reacting to you holding your phone. Because being underage shooting a gun you didn't legally purchase equals concerned citizen. But being an adult with a permit for a gun you've responsibly concealed equals domestic terrorist. Even if we only see it after we've already shoved you to the ground, which retroactively changes the reason we shoved you to the ground. Clearly, the teenager who shot people deserves a podcast, and the ICU nurse trying to help people avoid pepper spray is an agitator. Because we have a zero tolerance policy for disobeying uniformed officers that goes all the way back to January 7th, 2021. And remember, they're only in Minneapolis to secure the border because of Somalia. Glad we cleared that up, because so many of you in the media have been focused on the wrong things. Now, I am happy to take any questions you have about the president's ballroom.
See? Had to let that roll a couple times. That's crazy, ain't it? That's some crazy shit. That's some crazy work. Yeah, it's been dead. They killed it. White supremacy killed democracy. I think that's a fair statement to make, ain't it? Killed democracy. Told you, rich people think that they're going to just keep getting money, hoarding money. Like that's going to save them. What happens when everybody says, hey, let's eat the rich now? We're out here struggling, and the real culprits who stole all our money are the rich people. What happens when they get a bullseye on their back? What happens? In the country where we have over 4 billion guns, everybody owns them. What happens? This is not going to end well. Just so y'all know, this is not going to end well. It's not going to end well. This is not going to end well. So, I want y'all to see this one too. I want y'all to see this one too. want y'all to see this one too. I want y'all to see this one too.
The government passed a law twice that literally paid people to hunt down innocent blacks. This was the Fugitive Slave Act of 1793. The law said that if an enslaved person escaped to a free state, their enslaver or someone hired by them could legally hunt them down and bring them back south. And those hunters had a name: slave catchers. That didn't just endanger black people who were enslaved, that endangered every black person. Because the thing is, slave catchers didn't care if a black person was actually enslaved.
And hey,
accusation was enough. Free black people were kidnapped, pulled off streets, taken from homes, and sold. Northern states tried to stop it with something called personal liberty laws. Those laws gave accused black people jury trials. It let black people testify, and it tried to protect black communities from kidnapping. But then the system stepped in. In 1842, the Supreme Court ruled in a case called Prigg versus Pennsylvania. A slave catcher kidnapped a black woman who was living free, and when the state of Pennsylvania tried to stop it, the Supreme Court said that federal law mattered more. This made it easier to hunt black people down anywhere in the country. Slave catchers didn't need a warrant, they didn't need proof, and the black person that was being accused, well, they couldn't testify in their own defense. Slave catchers were back in business. But slaveholders wanted more. Enter in the Fugitive Slave Act of 1850. This didn't replace the act from 1793, it just gave it stronger racist legs. It forced citizens to help slave catchers. If you were told to assist and you refused, well, you would get fined or jailed or worse. It also stripped blacks of rights completely. No jury, no testimony, no fair trial. And enforcement moved from judges to federal commissioners. And here's where it gets even more sick. Those commissioners were paid by the government based on the outcome. $10 if they ruled that somebody was actually enslaved. $5 if they said that they were free. This was a cash incentive to steal freedom. So black people started carrying freedom papers everywhere because their word meant nothing. But even with freedom papers, most slave catchers ignored it. They didn't give a damn.
Green card.
Let me be very clear. These slave catchers weren't rogue criminals. They were authorized by Congress. They were protected by federal law. They were backed by the Supreme Court. And yeah, they were paid by the system. Slavery wasn't just plantation practice. It was literally government policy. And the message to black people, free or enslaved, was simple. Your freedom could be questioned at any moment. Your body could be seized like it was property. And your rights could disappear overnight. History doesn't repeat itself word for word, but it rhymes loud enough for us to hear it. And lately I have been seeing and I've been hearing a whole lot. How's that for some black history?
Again, when I tell y'all there is nothing new under the sun, when do y'all start listening? Or we're going to have more people come in here trying to argue with me and tell me I'm lying. Black people walked around with freedom papers and they ignore those. Immigrants walk around with green cards, asylum. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. There is nothing new under the sun. They are doing the same thing. And I shout out to my brother Art, man, who made me really start looking into this. Because I understood his point. He wasn't wrong, per se. And I wasn't wrong. But at the same time, I still am on I want to educate as much as I can. I do. Because to try to say that these people are like Gestapo when Nazi Germany learned everything they learned from here, it's disingenuous and it's lazy if you don't do the research. This is America being America. Shout out to Luther in the super chat with that 5-piece. Thank you, man. This is America being America. This is who America is. It's in its DNA. They do not care. They don't care. They don't care if you're so called legal. They don't give a fuck. They could give a fuck if you legal. Legal schmeagle. It's the same shit, different day. Same old shit. Different toilet. All they did was change the faces of the ones who they were kidnapping. That's it. It ain't the black people that out here kidnapping off the street now. Telling y'all, look, Gary with more knowledge.
White voters often try to say things aren't about race for them when it comes to voting. Brett Ehrlich here, a white liberal, is going to tell you the truth. And then his co-host is going to try to save their ass and say he's joking.
Whatever could be affecting people's perceptions here. I don't care that this guy's a white guy if he's got the better platform. I wish it wasn't the case.
I prefer him because he's a white guy. Like, that's my team. It's weird if you are able to look past race. Like, what? Like, oh, am I gonna root for the Bears today? That's another
he's
team.
joking. He's joking. But, I mean, this is
obvious.
Like, the thing
I
is,
hope it's obvious.
I don't know. I mean, after the response that those two podcasters got for saying she's making it too much about herself, she doesn't have an issues page.
Now, Jordan here tried to save Brett, but you can look in Brett's eyes and see he knew he fucked up, so he tried to save it. But let me show you something from a Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals ruling from earlier last year. So last year, the Fifth Circuit Court of Appeals referenced the Senate race where I ran in 2022, and they give some data, and it talks about how black voters and white voters vote even when they're in the same political party. We're gonna start right here. Notably, even when Dr. King controlled for party affiliation, analyzed data for the 2022 Democratic Senate primary where all voters were Democrats, white voters voted for the white candidate 60% of the time, while only 26% of black voters voted for the same white candidate. Contrastingly, in the same primary, nearly 74% of black voters voted for the black candidate, while only 40% of white voters voted for the black candidate. I was the black candidate in 2022 running for the US Senate. And in the Court of Appeals, they're discussing the polarization that exists between black voters and white voters, even within the Democratic Party. It goes on to say right here, Dr. King explained that these ratios showing more than a 2-to-1 difference were evidence of racially polarized voting. Similarly, Dr. Handley analyzed this same data and stated that in every area, in all instances, white voters gave more support to the white Democrats than the black Democrats. Conversely, at least in the larger set, black voters gave more support to black Democrats than to white Democrats. So we keep trying to act like white folks are not voting based on race when the data shows that they are. When I ran for the Senate in 2022, I got more white votes than Luke Nixon got black voters, but 60% of white voters stuck together with a white candidate who had never shown up on the scene and done anything politically, but they felt that white was right. My problem is not so much Brett Ehrlich and them rooting for their own team. It is that black people get into a position where we start thinking that white is right, rather than demand that we're going to do everything we can to support the black candidate because we already understand that they are up against high odds.
Now, with him saying that, I want to turn this into Jasmine Crockett. Jasmine Crockett is running against James Tallarico. James Tallarico ain't done shit politically for nobody. But somehow they're having conversations as if he's the better choice for a candidate for Senate to run against Cornyn or I forgot who else is running down there in Texas. James Cornyn and I forgot who else is running. Jasmine Crockett has proven herself over and over and over again. I don't know what else Jasmine Crockett needs to do, to be honest with you. I don't know what Jasmine Crockett needs to do. What else more does she need to do? She's done everything. The woman has literally done, she's literally one of the only people in Congress right now that's fighting for all of the American people. Not just black people, she's fighting for everybody. And she's the most demonized candidate I've seen since Kamala Harris. So again, my question I pose again, white people in particular, When are y'all gonna stop voting against yourselves and sticking to whiteness and start voting for your kids' future? Voting for a better state of living? When are you gonna stop? You voted white your entire lives, and you've got nothing to show for it but failing school systems, disgusting infrastructure. You ain't got no more money in your pocket. You get a few crumbs here and there, but shit, billionaires are made off with bank. All your jobs get sold off overseas and shit. You ain't got nothing to show for it. So when is enough enough? When are y'all gonna get out of that fucking loop of thinking that white is right? It's not. It never has been. You vote for the because I'm gonna be the biggest advocate of trying to stop this bullshit. Are you voting because somebody's skin color? That doesn't mean shit. James Talarico on the outside is, yeah, that's cool. But what was his name? John Fetterman? John Fetterman looked cool on the outside too. And then he turned out to be a fucking Republican. See what that got you? So did Joe Manchin. So did Christian Cinema. Same thing happened. So when is enough enough? What's up with it, Michael? When is enough enough? I keep showing y'all historical context. I already proved and showed y'all that ICE right now is nothing but modern day slave catchers. Thank you. Yep. All you have to do is follow the money. Follow the money. Hey, free my grandma. I have to agree with Cali Enigma on that one. Black women are the most oppressed people here in the United States. They're the least paid, most looked over, the most educated, the most entrepreneurial mindset. They have everything working, but they have everything working against them. And plus they're females. And then on top of that, they got white women stepping on top of them to oppress them even more. So yeah, I would agree with him. Because there's data to back up what he's saying. There's data. Statistics are there. Well, since they won't listen to my black ass say it or Gary Chambers say it, maybe they'll listen to a white guy say it for me. Yep, they go through slavery and misogyny. And you see misogyny loud. It was loud as fuck during this last election. Most of the people who voted for Trump that were black, they voted because they didn't want to vote for a woman. That's a fact. But check this out.
America kills for profit and calls it order. ICE shooting white people finally broke through denial. Trump's enforcement pushed past paperwork into street violence, and major outlets recorded the bodies while state officials tried damage control. Many white Americans only recognized the system once it hit people who looked like them. That realization arrived late, soaked in blood, but it still counts. This country was built through violence long before courts or flags ever mattered. Land theft against native nations set the pattern. Expansion relied on forced removal, ration denial, and intentional starvation. American enslavement followed as a profit system backed by contracts and torture. After legal bondage ended, lawmakers carved an exception into the 13th Amendment, which supposedly ended slavery, allowing forced labor after conviction. Courts exploited that opening through biased policing, stacked sentences, and selective enforcement.
Right.
Prisons converted people into inventory, labor into income, punishment into spreadsheets.
Right.
Around 2 million human beings remain caged today, with Black Americans locked up at several times the rate of white Americans under federal data. When ICE killed white residents during Trump's escalated operations, insulation disappeared for people who once felt untouched. Those deaths exposed deportation raids and mass incarceration as parts of the same machine. Bureau of Justice statistics data shows prison labor still pays cents while corporations take real profit. Racial control never stopped. Uniforms just shifted. Language softened. Paperwork multiplied. None of this happened by accident or ignorance. Police protect property before life, while poor neighborhoods absorb raids, fines, and surveillance. Legislatures guard donors, fund cages, and gut housing support. Schools push discipline instead of care where poverty concentrates. Hospitals close in rural towns while jail clinics expand with public money. Media repeats fear until batons feel justified and cages feel normal. I learned how power operates, carrying weapons for leaders who never faced the dead, these empty politicians. War showed me how systems destroy bodies, then blame the damage. Coming home revealed the same structure turned inward, quieter but relentless. History proves reform language follows harm, never prevents it. Freedom requires dismantling institutions built on confinement and forced labor. Change begins with naming responsibility and rejecting loyalty to an extractive nation. Community defense means refusing helplessness when the state brings harm. Preparation includes lawful firearm ownership and training with people who share values. Fights Back runs a firearms course called Iron Holler Tactics, focused on collective defense. Written guide exists for anyone who wants foundational knowledge first. Find the page on Facebook for updates.
That's enough of that. Okay, let me break down what Free My Grandma said. He said law enforcement doesn't help the black man over the black woman. Child support doesn't favor the black man over the black woman. You got to remember what system we live in, bro. We live in a system that creates it. Yep, I know it will. That's why the system's got to be destroyed. The system's got to be destroyed, Callie. It's got to be destroyed this time. It ain't just no covering it up with a band-aid. This shit got to get destroyed, uprooted, destroyed, burned. But back to Free My Grandma. It's optics. There's a reason. It's to cause separation within the black community. That's the reason why it looks that way. That's why it looks like the system so-called favors black women. It doesn't. It uses the system to push black women against black men. The same way they did when they were buck breaking. It's the same demographic. It's the same system. It's the same architecture. The same thing. Oh, that black man can't protect you, black woman. You see how he's getting buck broken right now. He's getting bunged in the ass right now. It's the same thing, bro. That's why I don't feed into it. I used to. The Willie Lynch letter. Facts to keep us all fighting each other. To keep black women making podcasts saying black men are bullet bags and all this other stupid shit. You gotta have money, this, that, and the third. Have black men saying women are thoughts, blah, blah, blah. Body counts, what do you bring to the table? All that stupid shit. I don't get into that shit because I know it was designed to do that. It was designed to keep us at each other's neck. It was designed for us to turn away from each other because with unity, the biggest threat in America is black unity. And that was confirmed by the FBI. J. Edgar Hoover. Black unity. That's why I don't even entertain that shit. Black women are disrespected more than any demographic in this country. Period. They don't get acknowledged for their creations. They don't get acknowledgement for what they're doing as far as education. They try to turn around and change the tide of whenever they start escalating and moving up. Oh, they change the rules fast when black women start catching on. Every single fucking time. But they do that shit with a, you gotta look at the principle. You gotta start asking why, bro. Ask why. Why does it look like, why do I feel like the system favors black women over black men? Why? As soon as you ask that question, the light comes on. Just like that. The light will pop on. You'll be like, man, what? I was tripping. That's misogyny right there. That was from a white patriarchal system. Because white men are doing the same exact thing to white women, but white women bend the knee. Black women say, fuck that. That's why they get that whole fucking, the angry black woman. She got too much mouth. She do this, she do that, she ain't going for no bullshit. I wouldn't want my wife to just co-sign all the bullshit I do. What kind of relationship is that? You ain't got nobody on your side that's gonna tell you the fucking truth about who the fuck you are, knowing that you ain't perfect. Shit. That's why I've been married 16 years. That's why I've been with her for over 20 years. That's why I've been with her a long time. Because me and her we're different than night and day, but we go together like peanut butter and jelly. You feel me? Just look at the manosphere. Look at the red pills. Look at all these fucking stupid, fresh and fit. You got a fucking dumbass. You got a fucking Sudanese fucking nigger getting on a fucking podcast denigrating black women. And you got black men co-signing this fuck nigga shit. This fuck nigga shit. It's fuck nigga shit. That's fuck niggery right there. Anytime somebody trying to put black men against black women, it's fuck nigga shit. Always have been, always will be. I've always said that. I'm always gonna be the biggest advocate to making sure that the black men treat black women with the utmost respect. Because I'll be damned if any black man comes around me disrespecting a black woman. My mama black. My fucking daughters are black. My sisters are black. My aunties are black. My grandmothers were black. My great-grandmothers were black. Shit. Don't come around me disrespecting no black woman around me. You're gonna get your feelings hurt. You're gonna be ready to fight me. And that ain't what you want either, because I can fight. It's designed. Free my grandma. It's designed, bro. Designed. You know why they can't see their kids? Because if they see their kids, they don't get no more benefits. In a system that was built to keep them at the bottom of the totem pole, bro, that's essential. You got to choose between your kids or seeing that dude. It's the same thing. The same thing, dog. The same thing. Look at it. It's the same thing. That's why they had a no man in the house rule. It's the design. That's why we need more brothers like us. We need more brothers like us saying, shut that stupid ass shit up. You falling for the Willie Lynch letter. You're just aiding and abetting to the system of white supremacy and you don't even know it. That's why I don't go. That's why I don't follow none of these motherfuckers on here. Y'all don't see me over here talking about these red pill goofballs. Y'all don't see me over here doing that shit because I know what it is. I know what the systems are. I know what's propelling you. Why are you so popular? Why is Fresh and Fit so popular? Why is a lot of motherfuckers going over there to a Sudanese nigga who's a fucking dumbass? Anyway, had a whole woman living with him he couldn't even sleep with. He tricking off paying her bills and shit. He can't get nothing out of it. Nothing. 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 Stop listening to these fucking manosphere shits. Them motherfuckers are there. That's part of the Willie Lynch syndrome right there. I love black women. I love black women. I will forever love black women. I'm forever indebted to one of my favorite heroes. One of my favorite heroes is a black woman, Fannie Lou Hamer. And y'all hear me talk about her a lot. I love Fannie Lou Hamer. That woman was a stone cold gangster. You hear me? Harriet Tubman, another one of my favorite heroes. Stone cold gangster. Got the heart of a lion. I'll be damned if I sit here and participate in the bullshit. I am not. I gotta let y'all hear this poem. I hope this is it. Oh, there it is. I found it. I found a post I wanted to share with y'all earlier. I was looking for it. This is where I found it. Yeah, listen to this queen here.
Man whose feet you see dangling above is 16-year-old Lige Daniels. The date was August 20th, 1920. And this picture was taken shortly after his lynching outside the courthouse in Center, Texas. Take a look at the faces of the men and boys standing around underneath his lifeless body. Smile. What do you? The name of the black man whose feet you see dangling above is 16-year-old Lige Daniels. The date was August 20th, 1920. And this picture was taken shortly after his lynching outside the courthouse in Center, Texas. Take a look at the faces of the men and boys standing around underneath his lifeless body. Smiles and smirks, but mostly that self-conscious look that you get when you're posing for the camera. Check out these smiles in this picture. Now here's the full picture. Looking at those faces, you would never imagine that they were standing over the burnt body of a man. His body still smoldering from being set on fire. Another black man, Will Brown, dragged out of a courthouse by a mob as he screamed and pleaded his innocence. That's Laura Nelson, a mother hanged from a bridge in Oklahoma in 1911.
Right.
And her teenage son dangling right next to her. A crowd of people on the bridge posing. See, between the 1880s and the 1940s, lynching was not just a form of racial terror. It was a public spectacle, like watching a sport. Entertainment. Across the South, Midwest, and West, mobs tortured, hanged, and burned black men, women, and children by the thousands. Crowds of hundreds and even sometimes thousands gathered to watch. When portable cameras became common in the early 1900s, photographers began documenting these events. And they didn't just document the violence. They posed the crowds of people who were eager to be in these pictures. They captured images of murder and sold printed copies as souvenirs. These photographs were turned into postcards. They were mailed across the country to relatives and friends. The U.S. Postal Service delivered them without restriction. There were hundreds, and in some cases, thousands in circulation. 1908, the Postmaster General finally banned postcards depicting lewd, obscene, or indecent images. But the photographs still circulated underground, sold privately or passed hand to hand as tokens of white racial dominance.
James Byrd is who you're talking about, Michael. See? But black people let the racists tell it. We're the most violent people in America. You see how that works? They do the same thing between black men and black women. It's the same thing. Oh, black men are most violent. They're gangsters. They're thugs. Oh, they're here to kill everybody. They're here to break all the laws. Yeah. How's that working out? When you start getting yourself into that mindset that I've got to learn as much history as possible so I can teach my kids so that they don't make the same assumptions that I made, believing in some bullshit hype that it was taught to me in school, which was nothing but whitewashed history. None of that was. None of that was true. None of it was true. None of it was. None of it was true. Can anybody explain that to me? Because I really want to know. I'm itching to know. I'm itching to know how you can then tell me, as a black man in America who knows history, there is no other demographic of people who have committed such acts of terrorism on the soil of the stolen states of America than white men. Period. The end of story. So, again, monkeys doing monkey shit. This fucking immigrant right here is trying to suck the dick of Donald Trump so that she can get her freedom papers. Nicki Minaj, ladies and gentlemen, this fucking coon bitch who profited off the black community and also the gay community. Yeah, fuck them. I'm gonna get me. Look at the coon. Always cooning for you. Look at the coon. Cooning and buffooning. Because that's what coons do. Coons. Don't carry a gun to a protest. Kyle Rittenhouse did. He killed 2 people at the same time in 2020. They praised him for that. Gave him podcasts, brought him on the RNC. These 2 stinking bitches right here was pointing guns at protesters and shit during the George Floyd riots. Yeah, y'all forgot about them though. Clive and Bundy. What about them in Michigan during COVID-19? What about this armed militia that surrounded around the Georgia State Capitol? After Trump called the attorney general there, wanting him to give him 11,780 votes. What about in Arizona? In Maricopa County? Jan 6. It's funny, ain't it? It's wild. Wild times we living in. I'm gonna keep telling y'all though, over and over and over again, to as many people hear my voice, and y'all understand. And y'all wanna know what the wild part is? You still have racist white people trying to say that the Ku Klux Klan was founded by the Democrats, as if those same Democrats weren't white men. And as if today, those same white men worship the Ku Klux Klan right now. Wild work, ain't it? Wild work. Wild work. Yeah, that's a different conversation for another day for you, my grandma. That's a different conversation. Me and my brother talked about that. Right. That's how they did though, Callie. You see what I'm saying? He been listening to them red pills too long. Them red pills. That's why I said different conversation for a different day. Cause it'll take me all day to go through all of this. All of this. All of this. And you want to know something I'm glad about? I'm glad Kamala Harris repeated herself every campaign stop she had. She said literally the same thing. She told you what her plans were. She told you what she was going to do, and she also warned you and told you what this orange pile of dog shit was going to do as well. But America listened to this intelligent black woman talk and said, fuck that bitch, and we're going to vote for this bitch anyway. Boom. Here we are now. Again. Yeah, I'm the same way, Callie. But I already told you where I stand. I love God, but I'm not into that traditional Christian fucking bullshit they on. I'm not on that at all. Like for real. Hey, hey, Shelton. Hold on, I gotta show you something, bro. I forgot about this fucking picture. Mahari, I hope you still in here too. I know you gonna like this shit. Sheesh. Oh my God, I'm fucking stupid. I got a new one, Shelton. I got a new They said these FBA coons after us, man.
Oh my God, bro. Oh, hell no, man. What the fuck, man?
Emotional damage.
This shit will forever be funny to me. Oh my God.
Fuck you. Fuck you. You
bitch. Brother, what is that, brother? What's that, brother?
What's that? What's that, brother?
Oh boy. Yeah, rewind back to this show and you're gonna see a funny ass picture. I gotta send it to you too because it's funny. That shit is funny. Them werewolves, bro. They sent out them werewolves. Hey, I show speed. I'm glad you mentioned that, Callie. I Show Speed has literally went to Africa and destroyed every bullshit stereotype that's ever been put out about Africa. In a short time, too. I am so proud of that brother, man. Yep, they so mad at him. Yeah, fuck the FBAs though. Fuck them motherfuckers. You know why I say that? Can y'all name one protest the FBAs have been or they started? Name one movement they did, legislation they got passed behind this bullshit FBA movement. Name one. Name one, and I'll apologize. Name one, just one. Name one. No, I ain't see that yet. Name one though. Name. I want to know one, just one, and I'll let it go. I'll leave it alone. NBA D Nice, what's happening with it, man? Don't y'all fall for these bullshit ass. Oh man, see, man, black women. No, don't fall into that. Don't fall into that. Don't fall. That's the worst trick you can fall into. They want that. Yep. I call them federal black agents. That's what I call them. You already know that. Mm-hmm. This is it's something I'm gonna keep advocating for it because it needs to be. Oh man, you're a tether. Well, fuck you. I'll be a tether then. I'll be a tether. Don't have no value or anything because you call me a tether anyway. But anyways, I think I've done enough cooking for one day. Hateful black people who get triggered by anything Africa. That's true. Which is sad. My God. My God. My God. But anyways, shout out to the mighty LDBC. Shout out to everybody in the chat, the super chat, everybody who smashed the like button, everybody who subscribed to the channel and all that good fun stuff. I think 2.5 hours, almost 3 hours is enough. Yeah. Y'all be smooth, man. Callie's going live next. Fuck Donald Trump. And fuck everybody who voted for this bitch ass nigga. And fuck everybody in his administration too. And that I feel about it. Yeah. Most importantly, stay in the fight. Don't quit. It's always darkest before daylight. Remember that. And on that note, I'll holler at y'all on the next one. Peace.